Welcome to the JCPod. I'm your host, Jaden Chandler Parnell, and finally here. We got some NFL breakdowns coming at you. That means we're basically going to get one of these a week until we're basically at the season. It's hard to believe that it's already that time already. I'll basically be going over the AFC South today, I decided. Didn't really want to do the AFC North. I was really close to doing it, but then I thought about it a little bit more. It's like, maybe I just wait a little bit longer just because I know the AFC South a little bit better due to it being my favorite team being in that division. So I'd probably, thinking about it now, I probably should have done the AFC North first, since there's one team on here that their quarterback is under questions. But I guess, hey, without any further ado, we're just going to hop right in. I guess I'm going to start with kind of a little dark, I don't want to say dark horse, but the team that I kind of like to win the division, the Tennessee Titans. Really, really rough year last year. They had a win total of, I think, over under 9.5 last year. I think it was the number. This year it's 7.5. Win totals over under is 7.5, and it's plus 104, which is very, very tempting for me to take. 7 games is like, I think they should be able to win 8 games, you would think, right? But there's a lot of questions. There's a lot of stuff going on with them, honestly. They're having betting right now. They're the betting favorites to sign DeAndre Hopkins. Signing him would be a huge, huge add-on, but I don't know for sure. I truly don't know if they're going to add him or not, just because there's a lot. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't trust, their front office. And DeAndre Hopkins wants a stable front office, stable thing. But, they have some Titans are, out of every team in the AFC South, they're the closest to turmoil because, I hate to say it, the Colts have their quarterback for the future. I believe the Texans and Jaguars think they do, so we'll see, though. For the quarterbacks, it's either going to be Ryan Tannehill or Will Levis. It sounds like Malik Willis is probably going to be a backup this year. Running backs, Derrick Henry, Julius Chestnut, Hassan Haskins are probably the names you're going to see this year. Wide receivers to worry about, Traylon Burks. Yeah, it's that bad. I just wanted to leave a little pause. it's that bad. Chig Okonkwo, which will be another good one. And then past that, offensively, they don't got too many dudes this year. Defensively, they got D'Amico Autry. On the line, he should be. Jeffrey Simmons is still there. He's going to be really good. Linebacker wise, I'm not gonna go through every position. I told myself I wasn't going to do this, and I started doing it. But defensively, they don't have everybody like they did last year, but they still got a bunch of good guys, and they still should be all right compared to. For 7.5 wins, I think that's still doable. I'm just very nervous that I don't know who the quarterback's going to be to start week 1, and that's the biggest issue right now. And if it is Tannehill to start week 1, is he going to be there week 2? Is he going to be there week 3? Is he going to be there week 4? How long is he going to be starting? That's the real question. And it's just, I don't think there's really an answer. So the Saints, the Titans start out week 1 against the Saints, but then they play the Chargers, play the Browns, Bengals, Colts. Their first division game will be, I guess that's week 5 against the Colts, and the Ravens. Their bye week's week 7. That's really early, man. Falcons, Steelers, Bucks, Jaguars, Panthers, Colts, Dolphins, Texans, Seahawks, Texans, Jaguars. So the end of their schedule, we got some teams right there. I won't lie. Just going through trying to find wins. Maybe beat the Browns. I think they could potentially beat the Saints. So there's potential 2 wins. I'm assuming they're going to split with the Colts automatically. So there's 3. I think they have a chance to beat the Falcons. I'm not confident in that. There's about 4. Buccaneers, they could probably beat 5. Say they split with the Jaguars, there's 6. Maybe beat the Panthers, or 7. And then if they beat the Texans, there's about 9 wins right there. I know, obviously, it just sounds like I just rambled through basically their schedule. But looking at some of the teams, comparing some of the teams how they looked to last year, 7, there's a chance that for plus money over 7.5 wins right now, it's still way too early. I'm going to wait to see if they announce a quarterback. But for plus money at 7.5, I could see them. There's 9 games I potentially see them winning, assuming. And that's just them splitting the division, so they get 8 wins. They could end up winning the division. If they win the division, Titans are plus 380. That is something that I think I might hop on a little bit potentially. I just don't know. The Colts fan in me doesn't want to, but plus 380, that's really good odds. For the same thing for the playoffs, to make the playoffs with the Titans, it's plus 245. Those are just some of the bets I like for the Titans going into the season, but it's just man, the thing that scares me is the quarterback situation with the roster. I think they're basically in a little bit of turmoil if they put in Will Levis, I think there's going to be obviously a little bit of a drop off. They still need receiving help. I think Chigakonkwo and Traylon Burks, they are really relying on Traylon Burks this year. And I mean, they're going to need a lot. They need a lot more help in the receiving corps. If they get DeAndre Hopkins, that's a really good ad for them. I think if they're able to add, DeAndre Hopkins, and all of a sudden it's DeAndre Hopkins, Derrick Henry, and I guess Traylon Burks can be in there, and Chigakonkwo, I mean, that's not a terrible core. That core can definitely get something done, but I mean, man, yeah. So for me, I see the Titans about like 7-ish wins or whatever. Like I said, like I see 7. I mean, this line's really good for plus money though. I think I could see them maybe getting over 8. They play some really good teams, man. The Chargers, Bengals, Ravens. I mean, I'd even give them the Steelers as a win. The Steelers are going to be a tough game regardless. That's a battle of teams with battle of wills. That's going to be really something awesome to watch. Just truly, man, I don't know what's going to happen with the Titans this year. It's really all going to depend on what happens with their quarterback. I know they're getting DeAndre Hopkins. It might need a little bit more than just him. I think Derrick Henry's going to have another good year. I'm interested to see if he gets more receptions as well and everything, but yeah, I don't. We'll get to my order of the division where I think it's going to finish, but early lean for me is I have Titans second place. Wouldn't be shocked if they got first if the Jaguars just have a kind of bad season, but I guess that means we'll lead in with the Jaguars. Speaking of, for the Jaguars to go undefeated in the AFC South, it's plus 600. Last year the Jaguars had an amazing, but before we get to that point, amazing season last year by the Jaguars. They were able to make the playoffs. Trevor Lawrence took a really good step up. They had an amazing comeback against the Titans, but then ended up losing to the Chiefs 27-21 or 27-20. That was a game that's like, oh man, they might do it. They might just do it. But they, like I said, they had a really awesome season last year. The big question is, will the team take a step this season against Doug with the Will this team take another step forward with Doug Peterson this year? Quarterback-wise, obviously they got the boy Trevor Lawrence with the beautiful locks. Running backs, it seems like it's probably going to be Travis Etienne, JaMycal Hasty, and they drafted Tank Bigsby, so there's a chance that he's going to get some carries here and there. They already came out and talked about how they're going to lighten the load on Etienne because Etienne got a lot of carries last year and they want to keep him healthy and everything, which makes sense. Receiving-wise, they got some names, you know them: Evan Ingram, Christian Kirk, Calvin Ridley. They got back. That's gonna be an awesome get back. And then defensively, they got Josh Allen. You know some of the names. Yeah, they got Josh Allen. I think that's about Travon Walker, another good decent linebacker. I mean, they got some guys. I'm gonna mainly highlight the offense when I go over some of these names. I mean, I'll highlight some decent guys in defense, but I won't lie. I was reading through their defense and. There's a lot of like decent guys, but there's not a lot like there's Adam Gossett. Gossett's like he's a decent defensive lineman, but unless you're like a hardcore, I wouldn't say hardcore football fan, but unless you're like either Jaguars fan, you're a guy who knows like the fringe guys or the guys that are kind of like that. They got a lot of those guys this year. So defensively, it's going to be very interesting to see what they do because obviously the big names aren't everything, but just reading their defense. Usually you see some names you think you'd recognize. I didn't recognize a lot of the names on their defense. So there's going to be a decent rehaul from that, obviously. But, man, I think the Jaguars have a chance to do some stuff this year. Their win total, I think, was... I actually don't have it down. I don't remember it down. I think it was like under 9.5. I'm not going to bet that. I lean the under, but I think the under was a little juice. If I remember off the top of my head. But I just think the Jags are going to take a little bit of a step back, even if it's like one loss, one win, or whatever. But we'll see. They open up the why can't I speak today? I don't know what's going on. They open up the year at Indianapolis, and then they go to the Kansas City. Then they get a little bit of a 3-game homestand. But they open up in Indy, play the Chiefs, Texans, Falcons, Bills, then go play the Colts again, Saints, Steelers, Week 9 bye, 49ers, Titans, Texans, Bengals, Browns, Ravens, Bucks, Panthers, Titans. Their schedule's not too bad. Just going through, thinking about games they could probably win. I'm going to say they're going to split with the Colts because that's about what they do every year. Probably going to lose to the Chiefs. I think they can probably sweep the Texans. Will not be shocked. There's about 3 wins right there. Falcons, I could see them potentially beating them maybe. There's 4. Bills, I'm not 100% sure there. Saints, maybe. So that's maybe a 5. They maybe, if they split with the Titans, there's 6. Then in December, they have Bengals. Don't think they beat them. Browns maybe beat them. They're 7. Probably beat the Bucks and Panthers maybe. So there's 8 and 9. I mean, so this is another one of those lines where I think it's a really, really good line. Man, this is going to be a hard team to figure out this year, I feel like. I mean, I like the adage of getting Calvin Ridley back. I really do like that they got Calvin Ridley. He should be, if he's anything like he was with the Falcons, he's going to be a really good add-on for them. And Trevor Lawrence. Evan Ingram, if he takes another step forward and continues to be as good as he was last year, that's going to be a good add for them. But the biggest thing is just going to be consistency now, because now they kind of had their fun year last year, and now they're favorite to win the division. They're minus 160. I mean, it's their time to prove it, man. Truly, because it's their division to lose. I hate to say it, but truly, like, with the way the Colts are looking, starting a new quarterback, I'm about to talk about them next. Texans, going to talk about them last. They got a new quarterback situation. The Titans are basically trying to hold on to two eras almost. They have the ending of the Ryan Tannehill era, starting with the new, who's going to be the next quarterback is Will Levis, Malik Willis era. So, I mean, the Jaguars should have a really good chance to win this division. Like I said, they're the favorite minus 160, and second is plus 380 with the Titans. So, it's their division to lose. The biggest thing is, are they going to take another step forward, Doug Peterson? And Trevor Lawrence, man. There's some throws last year where he was missing some big middle passes. His medium throws, he missed a good amount of them. I'm not going to say a good amount of them, because and this is, by the way, I understand he's an NFL quarterback, so I'm like, me critiquing him, I'm critiquing him compared to other NFL quarterbacks because the guy's really good, obviously, and I have to watch him a lot. But there's a lot of times, especially in the playoffs, like he missed a lot of middle passes that were over the middle, and which is insane because he's so talented. But that's where he's going to need to get his game is the intermediate passes, and there's the leadership and continue to step forward because I think he got what it takes. It's just going to be, can he do it? And I'm excited to see what he does this year. Something I do like from Trevor Lawrence, though, him to have 5+ rushing touchdowns on the season is plus 105. That's a special I do kind of like. I don't remember how many he got last year. I'm going to double check. I'm pretty sure he got over 5, but of course I can't remember now that I'm doing the show. But Trevor Lawrence, there was a lot of goal line chances where if they're at the 1 yard line, his big body's going over. Oh, okay. So yeah, he has 7 rushing touchdowns his career. 5 his rookie. That's what it was. He had 5 his first year, and then last year he had 2. So plus money. I mean, as you can see, the sample size is there's a 50% chance it happens. Obviously, I just think maybe with them adding more backs, it's a little less likely to happen. But 5's not too many. But I don't know. Like I said, we'll see. I don't know. That's one that I didn't feel. I mean, just look when I was looking through, I was looking for bets that were like super early that were plus money. That I saw were some they're like, hey, that's not too bad. But the one that I'm probably gonna take that I like maybe for the Jags is there's one pass touchdown every game for plus 750. That's a future that I really do not truly mind at all. I would just think about the Jaguars. I just read out their schedule to you. There's gonna be maybe like the Steelers. There's gonna be a few games here or there where the offense struggles, but truly I do think they should be able to get one touchdown every game. The question is going to be, is it a pass touchdown or not? I think they truly do have a chance to do that. So, out of all the leans, it's probably the one I'm going to take at plus 752. I mean, throw quick 15 and 20 on it and have just basically a chance for 140 sitting there throughout the whole season. Just kind of watch and enjoy. That's something I'm going to probably give out for most of these teams. There's going to be one like season-long bet where you can just sit along and ride it. Because there's one I'm going to give out for the Colts that, like, man, I mean, I do not get why it's this high. I'm probably going to place it as we're talking. I should have placed it yesterday, but I didn't. I wasn't thinking about it. But it's insane. But yeah, going back to the Jags to finish off, I think that it's going to be between them. I hate to say it, but I think it's between them and the Titans to win the division. I just don't think the Colts, as much as I love the Colts, we'll talk about them in a minute. Young guy is they're going to need a lot to happen for them. But overall, the Jaguars I just think they have a chance to take a really good step this upcoming season because they're only getting better. Defensively, like I said, I don't know a lot of their guys, which is kind of on me, but they'll be good. I think they'll be good. It's just a question of, with 9.5 over under win total, I think that's a really, really good win total. I'm going to stay away from that one because I think that's about where I have them, is about 8 or 9, as I just read through. So with that being said, going to the Colts, I'm ready to see what that boy Anthony Richardson does this season. Very, very excited. Very, very excited. He should be more exciting than the last quarterbacks we have. The adding running element should be truly awesome. I'm very excited to see what the aspects for the Colts are because, man, bro, was that last season rough? I could go on for hours about how last season was rough, man. The Colts just absolutely stunk last year. Just couldn't get anything right. There was basically like an imploding of the culture as well. So this year it's really awesome. We got Shane Steichen in. It's going to be a new culture setter. And yeah, basically it's just going to be, it's almost going to be a whole new team basically. I think it's a lot of the same older guys, but it's going to be hopefully a whole new team, whole new mentality. Because yeah, they need to fix what happened last year. They sucked last year. But yeah, basically, I'll go over with the Colts schedule first. The over/under is at 6.5 win totals, or the win total I guess is at 6.5 minus 128. I lean the over because I truly think but that's a good win total because I think at best the Colts are going to win 8 games this season. I'm leaning around the 6 or 7 points. This is another line where it's like, man, they got another good line out there because I truly like, man, they're nailing the lines right now because that's about where I got it. By the way, so I did have it written down. I wrote it down in the wrong spot. I have the Jaguars under 9.5 potentially for their win total because I think they'll get maybe just 9, maybe. But I'm going to wait. I don't think I'm not going to take for sure win totals yet. I'm just giving them out with some odds just to give people ideas. But yeah, I tend to lean the Jaguars under, I think, because of the better odds. But 9 is, like I said, it's a really, really good number. Yet again, like the Colts. Colts really good number at 6. Colts start out this year. They play the Jaguars and the Texans, Ravens, Rams, Titans, Jaguars, Browns, Saints, Panthers, Patriots, Bucks, Titans, Bengals, Steelers, Falcons, Raiders, Texans. Their schedule is definitely a lot nicer. That's why I think they have a chance to do some things. Like just going through, I'm going to say they split with the Jaguars. Which I wish they could go back to sweeping them like the good old days. But I won't lie, this is partially me being biased as a fan. But like I said, I think they're going to split the Jaguars. They'll say they sweep the Texans. There's 3 wins. They probably lose the Ravens. Rams, that's a toss-up. I mean, it's so early on in the season. The Rams aren't going to be the best. So maybe if they get the win there, there's 4. They split with the Titans. There's 5. Maybe you can beat the Saints, but I don't know. There's 6. They're probably going to end up losing to the Browns. Maybe you can beat the Panthers. Or 7. I don't know if they're going to beat the Patriots. That's going to be rough. That's going to be hard. Bucks, maybe they can beat. There's 8. Maybe beat the Falcons. There's 9. Maybe beat the Raiders. There's 10. You hear how optimistic that sounds. I mean, they could be a 10-win team. I mean, their schedule allows them. Like, because let's be honest, Raiders, not going to be that good this year. They're going to be a little better, but not that good. Texans, they have a true chance. I think Texans were the ones where they potentially could sweep. They have a good chance there. Their Titans, like I said, we just talked about the Titans. They're a little bit of a struggle bus. There's a chance there. They always seem to split with the Jaguars, but we'll see if this is the year where the Jaguars get them because the Jaguars are slightly better. And by slightly, I mean they got a quarterback for sure, and we don't know what the Colts got just yet. But yeah, I just mean, like, you're truly looking at their schedule. I just read off how they could get 10 wins. That's me being beyond optimistic, but I mean, they still got a really good defense. They have a lot of guys they had on defense last year. I know they're missing some corners, which is the really scary part, but they have and they're missing a linebacker or 2, but they still got most of the D-line. They still got a good piece of the linebackers. It's going to just come down to how good is the offense this year, because the defense did enough to carry them last year, I believe, and do well, but offensively, they just couldn't get anything done because the quarterback play was so terrible. I think Jonathan Taylor's going to have to step up here as well. Anthony Richardson. Just that fact that Anthony Richardson can be mobile. That's going to be a huge, huge plus for the Colts. Huge plus for the Colts. They really need it. Because, yeah, just the fact he's going to be mobile. It's going to be a lot of growing pains. I'm assuming he starts week 1. I don't see why they would start Minshew as much as I would love to see Minshew out there. I think they're just wasting time at that point. They got to get Richardson the games in. He's got to play, so you might as well just let him play. Get him out there week 1. Let him just throw him into the fire. Let's just get it. Because he's got to play. He's just that's the best way to put it. He's got to play. But so there's some stuff like I like Anthony Richardson Rookie of the Year potentially. I don't know where those are. I forget if I don't think I have those odds up. Oh, here we go. Rookie of the Year for Anthony Richardson plus 900. Not bad, not bad. I'm probably going to that's probably something I'm for sure going to sprinkle just as a fan because I think Anthony Richardson has a real chance. Some other stuff I like is there's Jonathan Taylor over 10 rushing touchdowns is plus 140. That one I'm probably not going to take. I was leaning for it at first, but the more I thought about it, he might get some touchdowns vultured. But at the same time, with the way the running game works, the running game is probably going to be big added. 10's a lot, but it's also not too many if they can get the, like, I mean, he probably could have got 10 opportunities last year. They just couldn't convert or anything. So I think with 10, that's not a bad number, plus 140 being plus money, but we'll see. This is the one that's crazy. The Colts have one pass touchdown every game is plus 20,000. I don't know if that one's going to happen. The one I'm for sure interested in is plus 9,500. The Colts have one rushing touchdown every game in the regular season. 10 to win 950, 20 to win 1,900. I think of it, and then also the third one, Colts have one touchdown, at least one touchdown every game is plus 750. So those are going to be the two that I for sure am about to be hopping on. I just want to make sure that I got the odds right. Yeah. The Colts score one plus touchdown every regular season. The Colts score a rushing touchdown every regular season game. I mean, truly, I love the rushing touchdown one because I think that's where a lot of the Colts game is going to be at. So I think for the odds at plus 9,500, there's a good chance of sprinkling all three because it's my team. But the passing touchdown one, I don't know about that. That's the big 10 to win 2,000, I think is basically it. So I might just have two for fun. But truly, I do like the Colts to have a rushing touchdown every game. I mean, it just takes Richardson ripping off like a 30-yarder if they're near the red zone. He can rip off an 80-yarder. Jonathan Taylor can rip off a run. If they get in the goal line, they're most likely going to run it because of who they got. So, I mean, the biggest thing to worry about is them not scoring a touchdown during the game because I think if they do score a touchdown, it's most likely going to be at least the rushing every game. But if not, I think plus 750 for the Colts to score at least one touchdown every game. I don't think they get shut out this year. I think one touchdown is definitely doable. And for only plus 750, I just read you out their schedule. There's maybe 3 or 4 games where it's like, ooh, they might not score there. But regardless, I think they have a good chance of scoring majority of these games. So plus 750, give me that. So that leaves us with our last team, the teams that I'm probably going to be the least amount of bet on, the least amount of anything on, the Texans. I don't think the Texans are going to do much this year. I definitely think they're going to take a step forward, but not too big of a step. They have another perfect win total. I think they're unders at 6.5. I like the under a little bit, but that's minus 134. I don't know if I'm touching all that, man. I ain't going to lie to you. Minus 134, it just doesn't feel kind of juiced, and it's just, like I said, it's way too early. Stroud for Offensive Rookie of the Year might not be a bad one. Will Anderson for Defensive Rookie of the Year. I think those are basically they're too high up their favorites. I'm gonna find the numbers again because I just lost it. I thought I had them written down, but like I said, I'm gonna lean Richardson because he's my guy. So I guess I can take this off now. I'm gonna lean Richardson because he's my guy. So I don't know if I'm gonna bet. CJ Stroud though, plus 900 for Rookie of the Year. He's the same odds as my boy. And then Will Anderson at plus 400. That's not bad. Probably going to lean him just right away just because I don't know too much about the rookies. I need to continue my deep dive a little bit for that futures market. But overall, man, the Texans are going to be one of those teams where I don't know what they're going to do. CJ Stroud to have 5+ rushing touchdowns is plus 750. That's something I might just do for fun, but I don't know how many touchdowns the Texans are going to score this year, so I'm very scared to. That's the main reason I'm scared to bet anything on this team. I just gave you all the bets I had written down. I'm scared to take anything with this team because I just don't know what they're going to do. I don't know what CJ Stroud's going to be. I would love to see it. D'Amico Ryans being there, that's going to be a huge step up for them. I think that's an immediate upgrade from what they had last year. They were just a dumpster fire last year, too. Them and the Colts both were dumpster fires last year. Both teams looking to take step forwards. For the Texans, they play the Ravens, the Colts, the Jaguars, Steelers, Falcons, Saints, Panthers, Bucks, Bengals, Cardinals, Jaguars, Broncos, Jets. Ooh, man. Titans, Browns, Titans, Colts. I forgot that the Broncos finished towards the bottom of the division. Man, their schedule's going to be some butt cheeks. That's going to be... Man, I did not even think about that, bro. Oh, my... Hey, when it comes to this time to read about... I mean, the Broncos don't have a terrible schedule. This is just their division stuff. But yeah, overall, like I said, reading the Texans schedule, I don't think they're going to win too many games this year. I mean, I gave the Colts 10 wins, so what does that tell about me? But I don't know if the Colts are going to get 10 wins either, but I just mean, think about how the Texans were last year. I mean, They split with Colts, split with Jags, split with Titans. There's 3 wins. Maybe beat Panthers. There's 4. They have the potential to beat the Cardinals or Saints. There's like 5 or 6. That's about where I have them. I mean, truly, that line's perfect because, yeah, I don't know if they're going to beat the Browns or Jets. I don't know if they're beating the Bengals either. Buccos, they have a chance to beat them, but I don't know if they're going to exactly just do that either. I mean, it's one of those situations where their roster, I mean, like, interesting. C.J. Stroud, Davis Mills, Case Keenum's quarterback situation. Obviously, we know C.J. Stroud's going to be a starter. Don't know who's going to be the backup. Damian Pierce is the running back that got Devin Singletary as well from the Bills this offseason. And I'm assuming maybe Mike Boone might be their third. I don't know if they're going to have a third. This is where it gets scary. They got Noah Brown. Oh, man. They got Noah Brown? Okay. I did not realize they got... so they got Noah Brown from the Cowboys. So that at least it's somebody that he replaces Brandon Cooks, who's gone now. They got Nico Collins. John Mechie should be coming back. He's going to be a really good one. Dalton Schultz is a really good tight end. Or, I don't know if he's really good, but he's a good tight end. They got Robert Woods. I mean, their receiving core isn't the best for sure, but they definitely got some guys there. Defensively, Will Anderson, Malik Collins. These are some guys that I know off the top of my head. Sheldon Rankins, old man. Yeah, they got a good veteran there. Linebacker wise, they still got Christian Kirksey, Corey Littleton, Denzel Perryman. They got some decent Henry Tuatu, secondary, Shaquille Griffin, Steven Nelson. Like, they got some decent guys. Derek Stingley, I'm looking forward to him. That's the name I was really looking for, trying to find that young guy. I'm excited to see what Derek Stingley does this second season, or I guess this upcoming season. And same with Mechie. I'm excited to see what he does after coming back from his cancer scare. But just overall, man, the Texans, I don't know if they're going to do much of anything. It's basically just another year for them to basically... I don't know how the best way to put it. This is kind of like I want to say like a fun season, but this is basically a season for them just to like get their footing in the ground and be like, all right, so this is what we can do. This is what we can expect from this team, and this is what we can build forward. This is really the first season in Mika Ryan's era. I don't know how he's going to be as a coach. I like him, though. It's awesome that you see a former player as a coach. I think he's going to bring something the Texans have been needing for a long time, but I just don't know what exactly that is. I don't know what it's going to look like. I don't know if it's going to translate to over 6 wins, but I'm about having there. So that leaves me with ranking my divisions. I've been struggling with this for a minute. I basically tied for first. I have the Jaguars and Titans right now. I'll probably give an official NFL rankings like I did. Probably right before the kickoff of the season, I'll probably give out an NFL rankings of how I like the teams a little bit. Instead of making it like I did last year where I had one each individual episode for a team, I'll probably just compile it into an episode, throw it in at the end or something. But right now, I'm kind of leaning. I'm just going to lean. I want to lean Titans because of the. I like the plus 380, man. I really do, but I gotta go. I think Jags right now. I think to win the division. If I'm not gonna take the Jags, I like the Titans at plus 380 right now. But overall, it's just right now. Yeah, it's just overall. Honestly, it's the fact that the Jags have a quarterback situation that's not so much turmoil. The coaching, I don't want to say that because I like Mike Vrabel. But overall, I think the Jags situation seems a little more stable right now, which is really shocking to say than the Titans. But the Titans get DeAndre Hopkins, that changes everything, honestly. So if I'm betting wise, I'm going to take the Titans for the odds, but I'm just going to take the Jags here just until I know. So this is the biggest thing. If the Titans get DeAndre Hopkins, I'm immediately taking the Titans. I think he is enough to get them over the hump, especially with Derrick Henry. But if not, assuming that he goes somewhere else, I like the Jags, then Titans, and then I like the Colts over the Texans. I think the Colts are going to surprise a lot of people, truly, and this is not just me being a fan. I think the athleticism of Anthony Richardson is just going to be so much that he's going to be able to save himself out of some plays and be able to get it just depends if he starts week 1, but I truly think that his athleticism and his speed is going to be able to get him out of some messes, and I think that's going to afford them an extra win or two, and I think it's going to come down to finishing in this division, 3rd and 4th. It's going to come down to between the Colts and Texans who can win that series. If Colts can sweep, like I truly believe they can, they have a good chance. But, I mean, that toughness for the D'Amico Ryans is going to bring a toughness to the Texans. I'm very excited to see because that's going to be a very good change for them. But that's probably where I ended off today. Really awesome episode, I think. I gave out a lot of information, gave out a lot of bets. My favorite bet of all these, I think, is the Colts to score 1 touchdown every game at plus 750. Second place is Colts to have 1 rushing touchdown every game for plus 9,500. I love the odds on those two for sure. My third favorite, probably for the odds and where it's at right now, is Titans to win the division at plus 380. That odds wise, and for they're only like one. By the way, the Titans make the playoffs is plus 245. I didn't mention that. They're right there. I think they're 1 or 2 pieces away, at least this season, from being able to win the division, and then they're automatically in the playoffs. So for plus 380, those odds aren't bad at all. But like I said, thank you everybody for watching. Thanks for all the support. Appreciate it all. Got basically back-to-back shows. There's a lot of information to watch for going into the weekend. Tomorrow, Friday, appearing on Captain by Hook with the Red Beer with my boy. And basically, yeah, that's going to do it for the week. I'll see everybody again on Tuesday. Go back over some more NFL news. And then I believe we got the AFC North going next Thursday. So I appreciate everybody for the support. Thanks for watching. And I'll either see everybody tomorrow on Friday or I'll see everybody on Tuesday.